Hey y'all, it's your girly man. I am so excited to be doing this right now. So thank you all for joining me. Hopefully this looks good. This looks okay. I am streaming from on multiple places, YouTube and LinkedIn. Oh, there's the LinkedIn. All right, perfect, beautiful. Happening now. Yeah. So let me introduce myself. My name is Iman Ramawi Doster. I've been wanting to start up a podcast for quite some time about all the shenanigans that I go through as a physically disabled with an invisible disability, Black and Palestinian woman living in New York City, been here my whole life. And I wanted to do something like this. And because I have been called not disabled multiple times, it's like, wait a minute, what? And I know I'm not the only one who's gone through all that. Um, for 20 something years, I have been doing all kinds of different organizing things and all kinds of nonprofit work and all kinds of performing and all kinds of everything. And so I wanted to bring some of my favorite people on and have a little chat with them because why the heck not? I love it so much. Um and I'm checking on my first guest to make sure he's gonna come on. Um yeah. So let me introduce our first guest on my so-called disabled life because I'm very excited. Um, so Stefan Henry is an amazing person, super cool and awesome. He grew up as a big fan of comics and anime, building Legos and yearning to follow in Tony Stark's footprints as the next Iron Man. A C56 SCI from a car accident at 14 only increased his desire to build an exoskeleton. As a 36-year-old man born in Brooklyn to Vincian parents, today he lives a dual life that Stark would envy. Mechanical engineer for the MTA by day and a CEO of an assistive device company by night. I am super duper duper excited to have him here. He'll be here momentarily. So, one of the things that we're going to be doing with this show is interviewing all kinds of folks from all kinds of walks of life with all kinds of disabilities. Now, why am I focusing on folks with disabilities, you ask? There are so many podcasts that talk to disabled folks, and we don't need another one. Yes and no. There are lots of podcasts that talk to disabled folks. But do they talk to us about our lives in a real way? Do they, get us out there in a, out of our comfort zone? Do we have fun while we're talking about it? Do we have like, hilarious conversations? Um, and yeah, so I am just so thrilled to bring this to more people and to talk to people about it, about our lives. And one of there's a lot of things I actually want to talk about from, you know, uh, trying to get mobility devices to whether you do or don't have Medicaid. I used to, I don't anymore. It's incredibly difficult to do all that. If you're trying to find a job and you have to deal with people who have no idea about disability equity, they're like, "This a what? This a who? This a huh?" Yeah, and so sometimes it takes a bit longer to actually deal with all of that. Or even dating. 10 years ago, I was dating, and when I tell you I went through some hot messes, I did. Until I met my husband, and we've been together almost 10 years. Um, whether it's trying to find a place to live that's accessible for your specific needs, whether it's trying to get into a school that you need to be accessible for you, whether it's just navigating your city, like, New York City, I've heard it's allegedly the most accessible city in the world, except I know from my own experiences that it really isn't. And so, how do you navigate all these inaccessibilities? How do you do all these things? And also, how do you do it with a little bit of humor and sometimes some dark ass humor? Oh yes, we're gonna be cussing on this show. We're gonna be cussing because it's a show for grown-ups. I mean, kids can watch. I'm not gonna say don't. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna be talking about all kinds of things. And I'm very, very, very excited to be talking about all kinds of things with all kinds of professionals. And I brought on a couple people who don't have disabilities but have interacted with disabled folks, including myself. And so I figured, you know what? I want to talk to everybody. I want to talk to all kinds of folks and see what their experiences have been with us, and also what their experiences have been in life and in the world with all the things. So I'm all for it. In addition to these interviews, I'm going to be doing little coffee chats with myself. So in between each episode, so I did one with me, then this one, and another one, then another one with me, and then another interview, and it's going to be back and forth because I love talking to folks and I love experiencing new things, and I love connecting people with different things. And I love making that connection with folks with things that they might not experience before. So, tomorrow, for example, I am doing some outreach, but I'm also going to be selling my art in Brooklyn with a bunch of other disabled artists, which is super cool. I'll be live streaming from that, probably on my Instagram. And if you want to see what my Instagram is, it's the underscore eman underscore meow underscore Ramawi underscore show. So the Eman Meow Ramawi show underscore. So you can check out the live stream on there. And if you want to watch any of these episodes ever again, you can watch it on my LinkedIn, which is under Eman Ramawi, or on the YouTube, which is my so-called disabled life. I've been sharing that link all over the place. I'm going to be getting some more promotional materials for it to show it off, because I'd really like to get all of our voices out here, and I really want to have a place where we can be ourselves, but also recognize that we are full human beings, not human doings, human beings, and that we are nuanced and we are complex and we are diverse, and we all deserve forgiveness and grace and a chance. You know what I mean? Like, I think oftentimes with disabled folks, we're held to a standard of you can't make mistakes, you can't be imperfect, you got to be the model minority. And it's like, first of all, no human is perfect. Everyone deserves a little grace. Everyone deserves a second or a third or a fourth chance. And not to say that if someone's taking advantage of a situation, you should, entertain them. I'm not saying that, but recognize when someone makes mistakes and recognize that disabled folks are allowed and no one is perfect. Only Jesus. That's it. And I haven't seen any Jesuses walking around. So therefore, every single human being on this planet, y'all ain't perfect, myself included. So oh yeah, I had to turn my, although it is a little bright, real bright. Okay, it's all good. I'll wait till it dims up a little bit. So yeah, so um I am, what else is there? So, in addition to tomorrow with the art show, with the art tabling and outreach and stuff, I'm going to be talking to all the disabled artists. They're all women, most of them wheelchair users. Super cool, super awesome. Actually met one of them um, with some of the side gigs I've been doing. I've been doing my artistic thing a little bit, and I have been doing acting and extra work lately. And I met her on the set of Dexter Resurrection. I can talk about it now because it's out. It's been out. We are in episode 10. So if you want to see me, well, with a lot more makeup and fancy clothes, and I don't know what they did to my hair. They did some very interesting things to my hair, but it's all right. It still looks good. Um, and so I met her on the set of Dexter Resurrection. Um, and she does art and she does all kinds of really cool things. And I was like, oh snap. And she invited me to this and said, hey, you want a table too? And I was like, hell yeah, girl, I want a table too. I still got my shit ready to go. Let's go. Because I did all those art shows last month. Um, so I am very excited to be at that. But I'll showcase the women there on my Instagram. And then so that's tomorrow. And then Thursday, what am I doing Thursday? Thursday I got invited to karaoke, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to that. I've been really tired. So a little extra history lesson about me. So not only am I a double amputee above and below knee. Sorry, I'm real silly right now. Above and below knee. Um, I became an amputee because of my lupus. And my lupus was freaking out. And last week actually made 13 years. I've been an amputee 13 years. Hercules. And I had a miscarriage, and that was the end result. And after 8 months and 11 surgeries, this was that. And then so that's one thing. But also I have lupus, and my lupus has been a hot mess on a humid day. It has really, really, really put me through the ringer, between heart attacks and strokes and paralysis. That's why my hands are like this. I was paralyzed from the neck down for a little bit, and then had to do a bunch of physical therapy to get myself back and back moving. And then a few years after that, the miscarriage and the amputations. Um, so lupus is not fun. It is. She is a fickle bitch. She does not like people. She does not like me. She is hardcore, hardcore. And also, she's not great. And one of the big things I have realized about the disabled community as a whole, an entire, giant ass community, not only are we incredibly diverse, but there's a lot of people in our community who don't have chronic illnesses, don't have compromised immune systems, nothing wrong with their heart, nothing wrong with their organs, don't have like organ failure, don't have to take a million zillion fulfillion medications. They just have a disability, whatever the disability is. And some of them don't give a crap about us. And I'm like, oh snap. So you doing to me what non-disabled people do to all of us. Oh snap! I think they're trying to take over the roles of the oppressor. Just saying that out loud a little bit, just a little bit. Um, but it's all good. I mean, it's not all good. It's actually really messed up, and I don't think that they understand the. I think that there are multiple things at play there. One, they don't understand the power dynamics in the disabled community that even create that, and then they don't understand that they're actually upholding oppressive techniques and ableism. And as Audre Lorde said back in the day, you cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. You can quote her on that. It's in a book. And that's one of the things that constantly, um, it's just wild as hell that happens constantly. That there's disabled folks that are like, well, I'm good. I don't got a compromised immune system, so why do I care about you? I can breathe. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Okay, good for you. Wonderful. Would you like a cookie? I got some. I got some cookies. But also, you don't care about people. You don't. You don't think that it's kind of irresponsible on your part to not care about your fellow neighbor? I don't understand. I really don't understand, and I don't get why there are so many people like that in our community, as if non-disabled people wouldn't just keep throwing them away, just like they've thrown the rest of us away who have compromised immune systems, simply because I'm not, quote, the norm or whatever. Um, so I just find that very, very fascinating and interesting. Um, um, so yeah. Okay. So what actual ha ha ha. So I'm getting used to all this recording stuff. So I mean I could go on these rants forever and ever and ever. Um about the injustices in our community, and not just in the disabled community but also in other marginalized communities. Oftentimes you have people who get a teeny bit of power, and not only do they want to um, put it over your head, but they want to put it over everybody's head, and then they want to bring the ladder back up with them. And it's like, wow, who raised you? Ooh, you're a winner. So you just going on up, you forgot the rest of us. Okay, wonderful. That's so awesome. So awesome. Hashtag what the fuck. But also like what? How did you think that you got up to this certain status or this certain position, and you're good, and nobody, you don't need to look out for anyone, you don't need to watch out for anyone, you think the oppressor is suddenly your friend, um and that nothing else is going to happen to you. It's almost as if it's, we're going to talk about it. It's almost like some of the black folks who think that their proximity to whiteness suddenly makes them white. Now, as high yellow as I know I'm not white. I mean, black and being Palestinian absolutely means I'm not white. And that's also a geography lesson for y'all. Palestinians are not white. And you can see that based on how we are treated. Ta-da! But also, there's a lot of folks who don't understand geography. And it's mostly folks from the good old US of A, or even folks who immigrated here from other places, because of our understanding or our lack of understanding of race and ethnicity and shade. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been convinced that just because you are light skinned and not white, that you can blend on in. And yes, you can blend on in, but guess what? White folks have never claimed me once, not once, not even a little bit. And two, they can smell the black and the brown on me, so there's not even, so it's just wild to me how there are so many multiply marginalized groups who are willing to throw other people in their groups under the bus, simply because they do not understand the nuances of their own identities, or my own identity, or even anyone else's identity, who comes from the various diasporas around the world. Because guess what? White supremacy has affected each and every one of us, all of us, all over the world. And it has convinced us that white is right. Okay. And there's going to be some people who are watching this and be like, what are you talking about it, man? Racism is over. What are you talking about it, man? There ain't no such thing as colorism. What you talking about it, man? There's no such thing as marginalized people discriminating against another marginalized person. And it's like, okay, I got 10 bridges to sell you on my way to Venus. Because it's ridiculous. Why would you think why would you think that there's no such thing as any discrimination in communities that have things in common. Like, have you ever been around a group of women, especially some of them who are haters? Have you ever been around a bunch of young folks who have never been around someone with a disability? Have you ever been around a bunch of folks who don't speak the same language as somebody else? Have you ever been around a bunch of folks who are around someone who might be an immigrant or might be different? It it's it's the unfortunate side effect of being a human being. People want to judge before they know all the information. People want to judge based on how you look automatically. People want to make all kinds of assumptions about who you are and what you're doing, regardless of what you who you really are and how you identify. Um, it's um sorry, I'm trying to see where my guest is, cause hello, bro, what you doing? Anyway, it's it's all good. It's all good. So, it's one of those things that I really want to get into, and I've scheduled 12 episodes already, so it is gonna be coming. But it's also I just I'm very curious about how certain marginalized people take on the roles of the oppressor because they think they're going to get something out of it. But all they do is throw their community under the bus, and then eventually they get sucked up under the bus as well. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Um, hold on. He um let's see. Um I sent you a new link. Where'd you go? 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 Okay. Um. Yeah, buddy. Okay, he's on his way now. So yeah. So one of the things that I um. Okay. So there's that. So I yeah, there we go. Okay. It's the second episode. It's my first one with a guest. Give me a minute. Just a minute. I'm almost there. Damn it, Janet. Whoever can guess that right, the damn it, Janet thing, you get a cookie or a lollipop or a hug when I see you. Up, up. Are we here? All right. Okay. So I'm on. You're on to the layout, split screen. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Alrighty. So he's going to be joining us any
Oh, I
second
cannot hear
now.
you. I wonder if this is something on my side. Hmm,
There you are.
I can't hear you for some
Hello.
reason. Hold on.
Oh, snap. What? Crap. Okay, hold on. Let's see your. Can you hear me now? All right. How about now? Can you hear me?
Is it my fault?
Oof. Okay.
I mean, see if
Um. Hmm. Might be on your end. Let's
I wonder if it's me.
see. All right. Okay. Let me check the thing because I
Oh,
feel like people.
might
Hold
be on my end.
on.
All right.
Um.
How do
Ah.
I leave?
Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. So I was checking one of the streams. Y'all can hear us. He couldn't hear me. Wow. Okay, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Hilarious. Alrighty. Do 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 do. All right, y'all. We are almost there. Don't you worry. And keep watching because yeah, I can go on some
I can't
tangents.
hear
Don't you
anything again.
worry.
Hold on. Let me see if my speakers are a little.
All right.
Speakers.
Alrighty.
Nope. I hear nothing.
Dang,
One more
this
time.
doesn't
Maybe
work.
I need to choose the I have headphones option on the thingy. Hold on.
Mhm. Mhm. We will get there. I promise you. I promise you, because y'all could hear us. So it's just us. We got connect. Okay. Technical issue. Technical issues. Technical issues. Technical issues. Technical issues. Can y'all hear the ice cream truck outside? Y'all hear the ice cream truck outside. Hear the ice cream truck outside.
Checking everything.
Ice cream truck is outside. Ice cream truck. Huh?
Nah, I can't hear nothing at all.
Urgh.
From your side, at least.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I can't. I
This.
can't hear anything on your end. And I tried to do the I have no headphones options and change my speaker, but doesn't seem like it's working. Maybe we log on to the G Meet link real quick.
Okay.
Let's just have you answer the questions. Oh, okay. Um,
It's okay.
okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay.
All right. All right, y'all. So we just gonna do this the best way we
Oh, no,
can
no, 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 no.
and go and go. All right, and go.
We're gonna use sign language, except Except I don't have any working hands. I'll do my best. YMCA. Something like that. Shall we pull the bowl? I wanna see the YMCA.
Okay, so answer the yeah.
You can have a good time and you wanna make it. Do, 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 do. Young man, there's no need to feel time. I'm saying, young man, take yourself off the ground and see. Am I getting ticks here and here? No. Okay. Do, do. Let me do a smarty pants thing real quick.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Where'd your mic go?
Maybe if I did it this
Can't hear you. Damn.
way.
Arrgh.
Hold on. Let me try one smarty pants thing.
Booey. Yo, this is not what I was trying to do at all, even a little bit. I was trying to make this as accessible and open to everyone as possible. Um, don't know what the heck's going on with the Riverside. This is boo. Well, Stefan is awesome, and he does so many great things, and I want y'all to be able to like hear him and all that. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hmm.
Oh, I tried a smarty pants thing. It didn't work.
Okay, I
All
got a
right, I'll go back to
message
the chat.
that you need to close
So who is
all
Stefan and what do I do?
other browsers
I am a mechanical
to
engineer.
use.
Uh, I try to make adaptive tools for people, things like eating tools, cooking utensils, the works. Anything that someone needs like assistance with,
What now?
I try to help them design, generally speaking. Um, do we want like a
Wait,
spiritual answer?
were you talking this whole time? Oh gosh.
Oh, we need to see this very pencil.
Okay.
Yeah, man. There's no need to feel that. Keep yourself off the ground and checked. Okay. Oh, I got a message that you need to close all the browsers on Riverside. Okay. Yeah, you need to close all other browsers. All other browsers to use Riverside. All right, hold
Mhm.
on. Closing. Let me do it.
Mhm.
Let's try that. You just popped it back on the screen. Oh, sorry. Start over, and you can go, deep. Hold
Yes.
on. Give me a minute. Let me be right back.
Yes. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, um, see, this is what happens when you're trying to use technology, use a whole bunch of different technology, and try to make it as accessible and open and inclusive as possible. That's where things go wrong. Oh gosh, that was just so y'all know, I can actually sing, but I sing very silly because I'm like, I know I can sing. That's why I'm always making funny faces and pictures because I'm like, I know I look good. Although I'm a little chunky at this moment. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay. My husband likes me chunky. No, I'm joking. No, he doesn't. Oh Lord. Um. Okay. So, um, what else is there? I mean, I could just keep talking about my shenanigans because I'm just, if you shenana once, you're gonna shenan again. Sorry, I had to. I had to. Um,
Let's
tell that.
see.
All
Let's see.
right.
Let's see. Let's see. Nope. I just hear a lot of me. Or maybe I
Oh,
can use my
okay.
phone too. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay. First question.
Join
All right.
studio app.
First question.
Okey-dokey. Copy clipboard. Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
First question. Uh, let's go back to chats. Who am I? PewDiePie, motherfucker. That's my answer, E-Man. Who am I? That's who the fuck I am. I'm that
Oh
nigga, that nigga, nigga.
wow. Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
okay. I've lost part of the chat. Can you throw it back in there? Okay. Who am I? But who am I? So I am. That's a hard question, man. Who am I is always a hard question. I am someone who's trying to use the skills to help the disabled community as best as possible, and hopefully trying to make a living off of it. That I think is kind of sums up a lot about who I am in general. Um,
Mhm.
I am a mechanical engineer. I am an artist at the end of the day. Um, you know, try to be a good friend simultaneously too. Uh, I try to work on making adaptive tools for people with disabilities. But lately, it's been a lot more about me creating events for people with disabilities, things like art shows throughout the year, open mics throughout the year, um, trying to support people in getting their own independence, trying to see if I can help people get out of nursing homes, more or less,
Mhm.
and have have assistance that they need in the community, you know, that
Mhm.
sort of thing. And sometimes I'm also a badass motherfucker who likes to talk to cool ass people.
Damn right. Damn right.
But I think that's a pretty solid summary of what I'm trying to do with myself, at least.
Mhm.
I also have a bearded dragon, but he's very pissy with me right now, so I can't take him anywhere. I put him on like a modeling thing yesterday, which he destroyed. I was you ever been like upset because like your child doesn't perform for you, but well, like your pet baby, my pet baby literally does not answer his name when when I call him at all. But I took him outside to go do this thing with Yesenia to go help her with her nonprofit organization stuff,
Mhm.
and she just wanted to
Mhm.
do a video where she like fake made his jaw open up and close.
Mhm.
So I took him to go do it, and I was like, Yesenia, I can't even promise that he's gonna open his mouth for you right now because I love the little dude. He
Mhm.
loves me, but he just does his own thing. Like I cannot control that dude whatsoever. You know
Mhm.
that man? You know this motherfucker? Ah, yeah. Who are you, sir? Showing off for the ladies as usual, as per my pet dragon. Sorry.
No, I love it so much. I love our communicating
I
like
wish I
this
could
to
hear
each
you, my
other.
love. I know what you're saying. I just got a lot of sign language right now.
Check the chat.
Oh yeah, right. What's going on in this chat here? He clearly liked her. Yeah, clearly. He clearly liked her a lot. Like you bastard. Okay. And why do you do what you want? What I do? Um, I think the reason why I do what I do really is because like I remember being disabled myself, and
Mhm.
when I first got hurt, I was 14 years old. Um, I was in a car accident. It was Easter Sunday. Um,
Mhm.
well, the actual day was Good Friday, and we typically go to New Jersey every week, every
Mhm.
year for
Mhm.
Easter.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
aunt has a big like house in Jersey with a big backyard. My uncle
Mhm.
likes to barbecue, so he'll get
Mhm.
like a lot of the members from his half of the family there,
Mhm.
and we would normally like go drive over there to go meet them. And
Mhm.
on Good
Mhm.
Friday of April 18th, I was in the car with my aunt. She was driving. She lost control of the car, and she hit a side rail. The airbag popped. It snapped my neck back and hit me in the C5, C6 region. So when I woke up out of everything, because I was also in a coma for a month after I got hurt,
Mhm.
I was really, really just knee deep in my disability.
Mhm.
Um, I was also in Jersey, super far from home, and I didn't have like my mom was there, but like I didn't have like a strong connection to any of my friends or anything like that.
Mhm.
And I spent the next year in Jersey, uh,
Mhm.
more or less, like with my mom being my only true connection to the outside world.
Mhm.
Um, and I was trying to like gather my independence and do more things and
Mhm.
become stronger. And I would recognize
Mhm.
that like all the things that I would need to do that cost like an arm and a leg. Like everything was
Mhm.
like 60, $70 just to start from like little eating tools and utensils, things like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
also like it was hard for me to actually get on Medicaid because of some financial situations that my mom was on at the time. So I
Mhm.
couldn't really even get like wheelchairs and stuff for myself. I have to use like the hospital
Mhm.
chairs, and anyone who
Mhm.
knows or uses hospital chairs knows that like those
Mhm.
things are finicky, rough on your
Mhm.
body. You can't really be outside there for long. You
Mhm.
develop bed sores, a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I got like a real face full of disability at a really tender age of my life. And I realized
Mhm.
that there's not a lot of stuff out there for people with disabilities. I already wanted to become a mechanical engineer because I already knew I wanted to fix things. Why not
Mhm.
just try
Mhm.
to make an exoskeleton for myself and try to build
Mhm.
some things along the way to like help me get to a
Mhm.
better place?
Mhm.
So that's kind of how the road started, and
Mhm.
it's led to a lot of interesting things since then. A lot of interesting
Mhm.
friendships since then.
Mhm.
What do you think about the current exoskeletons? I think I love all the tech that's going around right now. I think I
Mhm.
love all the attempts
Mhm.
going on right now.
Mhm.
I really like what they did with the rewalk. I'm a
Mhm.
big fan. I'm a big fan of the fact that it's someone with disability who made it,
Mhm.
and that a lot of
Mhm.
paraplegics are able to use them right now, which is really, really nice.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think there's a lot further to go. Um, there
Mhm.
are some like limitations there that are. that are a little annoying, but they are like health based. Like, you know
Mhm.
how people can't, if once you break your leg and you can't really use the rewalk anymore, or any
Mm.
of
Mm.
those other really supportive things. And I
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
that there could be a way to design around that.
Mhm.
Even though like I'm kind of observing it from the outside right now, so
Mm.
it's
Mhm.
just one of those things. But um, I think I love what everyone's doing. There's an
Mm.
exoskeleton for a quadriplegic right now.
Mhm.
It still requires like people to like hold on and brace you a little bit. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping that someone else is also working on trying to rebalance that out, because it would be really
Mm.
useful if you could just walk on your own. Um,
Mm.
there's also like the bullshit of actually getting into those trials, and that's a whole ton of like a bag of worms by itself.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but I can understand at the very least, like health wise, why they don't want someone who has like any sort of like broken legs or anything like that on there.
Yeah.
That does make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hurt anyone further. You don't want them to get damaged and stuff like that. I just kind of wish that in America they would like do the sort of like levels of testing that they really are in like London and Eastern Europe.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and you don't have to like go to like weird, like I wouldn't say weird, but you don't have to go like super far out of your way to go to places like the Bronx VA to go do it. I
Mhm.
personally think that like every hospital system should have something like that in there, like Sinai, or at least the ones that deal with a lot more spinal cord injury related
Mm.
issues, or
Mm.
paralysis related issues, or
Mm.
um, people who can't walk for whatever extended reasons that they have.
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
because Mount Sinai is pretty decent for it. VA is decent for it, but like it'd be
Mhm.
great if Presbyterian had one. Like it'd be fantastic if some of the ones in Queens had one too. um I'm not sure what they have to do that to work that out. But it'd be great if it was a lot more widespread. You know what I mean? But I think it's baby. It's still in its infancy. Like it's something
Mhm.
that like I think it's already kind of niche as is. So you're probably
Mhm.
not going to get a ton of people like super interested and funded in it right now,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But people are trying
Mhm.
it, and I respect it.
Mhm.
You know. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's so cool.
So if anyone knows any of those job openings over there, I will take one.
Heck yeah.
What
Heck
is something
yeah.
that makes me happy? Um, if I'm going to be absolutely honest with myself, I am constantly trying to figure that out.
Mm.
I don't think that I have fully mapped that out for myself.
Mm. Mm.
But I do know the smaller things that I enjoy is helping people, um,
Mm. Mm.
in any which way that I can do it. It's always kind of interesting to like help someone, and then like forget that you did it, and then it comes back later and you're like, oh, right, oh yeah, it was nice.
Mhm.
I did a little nice thing
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. Yeah.
Put a little
No, that
smile
is
on someone's
awesome.
face.
No, for real.
Hopefully change a
For
life
real.
a little bit.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm. Mhm.
it's a good experience to go through. um I do enjoy like taking care of my bearded dragon. He's really great. Um, I've been enjoying a lot more going out and taking some like long walks in the sun. That's been very pleasant. And
Mhm.
learning new things has been really pleasant too. You know,
Mhm.
happy is a harder term for people of our PTSD sort of mindset.
Yeah.
But contentment. I'm
Mhm.
pretty content
Mhm.
with everything going on and having dope people in my life who I can talk to on a regular basis as well.
Absolutely. I love that answer.
Smoke, smoke. Smoky, smoky. Speaking of changing people's lives and doing good in the world, if you could change anything about the world, what would it be? Boy, you're trying to have one of our long conversations, huh, friends? So let's have a conversation about capitalism. Everybody got like 40 minutes. What would I change in the world? Well, one thing, we would stop this genocide going on in fucking Palestine right now. That's what the fuck would happen right now.
Hell
We would
yeah.
stop the starvation going on down there. We would stop all this fucking coddling we're doing to Zionists who are fucking around and destroying our world. Um, Slowly but surely, we would stop all this stuff going on with our white supremacist support of certain groups over others. We would definitely stop that too. We would definitely stop the starvation and stuff going on in Sudan right now. We
Hello.
would be doing a lot of things, a lot of fucking things. Love what the Chinese doing
Hello.
is with social capitalism, but those Uyghurs need to live their lives too. So,
Mhm.
what I would
Mhm.
change right now,
Mhm.
honestly, I would completely and utterly revamp this entire system so that we can lean, even if we don't. And listen, I'm honestly on the pure like we need to get capitalism out trained because I think it's the beginning of root of just about every problem that we have in society. I don't think I don't think there's a single problem that you can bring up that is not related to capitalism, people paying off your senators and local governors, them, like everyone tries to pitch this idea that like senators are not
Mhm.
biased even if they take money. And that is crazy to me because everything that I experience, even coming down to the local level, right? Like, why do we not have like wheelchairs? Why is it so hard to get your wheelchairs repaired? Right? Okay. Why is it so hard to get your wheelchair repaired? Some people back in the 90s basically abused the Medicaid system and
Mm.
essentially kept like ordering and taking money off the system here, there, and otherwise, right? So we now have like limits to how people can get wheelchairs. And the limits are basically like if it's not for in home usage, then we're not paying for it, which is fucking stupid. It is fucking stupid. Can I curse? Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was pure rage. But it's like, so now you've limited everything to in home usage and you can't and anything that's not built around in-home usage you literally have to fight tooth and nail for it,
Mhm.
except that goes against the ideal principle of the ADA, which is everything's supposed to be accessible for everybody. So
Mhm.
now if my chair is
Mhm.
only for in-home
Mhm.
usage, then
Mhm.
am I not supposed to be outside? Anything used for me to go
Mhm.
outside is a problem?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then on top of
And
that,
they
now Medicaid doesn't have the funding to go give me my fucking new chair.
hello. Hello.
Why
Say
doesn't
that.
Medicaid have the funding to go give me a new chair? Why is it that I can't go to my local senator and have him go push
Mhm.
for getting more funding into my
Mhm.
housing, getting more home
Mhm.
attendants to
Mhm.
come help me out during the day? Oh,
Mhm.
maybe it's because
Mhm.
Kathy Hochul and some of these Democrats over here keep wanting to
Mhm.
promote safety by giving more money to the cops, by giving more money to their for-profit interests, and taking money directly away from my home care services and directly away from my repair services.
Mhm. Mm.
Why would you do
Mm.
that? Oh, I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe it's because the government gets like millions upon millions of dollars from these organizations, from these private prisons, to promote safety and quote like reinforcement of arms and reinforcement of the police forces instead of actually helping the people that they actually need to.
Mhm.
So once
Mhm.
again, maybe Kathy Hochul is not
Absolutely.
getting a direct message from anybody saying that, like, oh, please do this. But if you get millions of dollars in your coffers and that supports your reelection, or you get $1 million in your coffers and you get tons of other Democrats saying, like, hey, you need to
Mhm.
support this, you need to toughen this up, you need to do this, that, and the other thing,
Mhm.
maybe those millions of dollars weigh out a little bit more than the people you're talking to because you can use those same millions of
Mhm.
dollars now to go promote the votes and promote votes from people who don't know any better, to go bring you back in office again. They take the L that you get from temporary protests like a smack in the face that they'll just get back up the same fucking time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Capitalism.
Mhm.
Capitalism.
Mhm.
Why is anyone allowed to
Mhm.
donate any money that's not a taxpayer money from our government? This shit is ridiculous to me, right? So until we get like money out of our government in general, just across the board,
Mhm.
we will
Mhm.
never see any
Mhm.
changes
Mhm.
that matter in any significant way for anybody.
Mhm.
It's always an uphill
Mhm.
battle. Somebody's got to die. We got to have like a fucking pandemic happen where people are just like sit out there losing their jobs and shit for everyone to be like, hey, man,
Mhm.
like this shit is fucked. This is fucked. Somebody, we had more turnaround from this guy like killing that CEO than like we had from
Yep.
like millions of people going in the streets and protesting once George like the black people that died during the pandemic
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
policing.
Mhm.
We had one
Mhm.
law that we wanted to overturn from all the black people that
Mhm.
died during those fucking terrible moments during the pandemic. One fucking law, and we couldn't
Mhm.
even get that passed. But one CEO dies, oh, we got to step up the security for all these people. In fact, let's turn over some more money so that we can have more cops pour into the tunnel into the
Mhm.
subway system, and
Mhm.
go let people fly into the tracks and not help them.
Mhm.
Let's do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's
Mhm.
do that. Let's do that instead.
Mhm.
Now I'm
Word.
fighting like what's it been like 8 months since my chair has been gone?
Mm.
I think it's
Mm.
been 8 months since my chair
Mm.
has been gone. I have the
Mm.
pure fact that I have to think about it like that is fucking ridiculous by
Mm.
itself. It is ridiculous
Mm.
by itself. Like I have to go check in now with some other organization to go
Mhm.
see how far my chair repair is because Medicaid keeps denying it, keeps denying like my chair equipment. and then,
Of course they
and
do.
then getting
Of course
mad
they
and then
do.
like offering up a lesser part.
He don't need no wheelchair.
Like, it's like
Fucking
you can deny my chair equipment and offer me up
stupid.
lesser parts that we know are gonna fail.
Mhm.
We know
Mhm.
those parts are gonna
Mhm.
fail in less than a year.
Mhm. Mhm.
But these cops
Mhm.
have AKs outside, and that comes from the money that you take away from my home attendants. From my home attendants, you take away that money. The
Yes.
people
So
that
to
help me get
say
up in the morning
that.
to go the fuck to work. You
Hello.
keep saying that you want
Hello.
working citizens who are contributing to society, and I try to do
Hello.
it, and you take away the
Hello.
money from the people who help me get to
Hello.
work, and you take away the money and you take away my way of getting to work, and I
Mm.
can't. I have to
Mm.
fight you tooth and
Mm.
nail for my way to get to work.
Mm.
What are you talking about?
Mm.
What are you
Mm.
fucking saying right now? I
Exactly.
literally cannot understand that shit. Like
Woo.
it's mine. And these are from Democrats too. And you know me, I'm never gonna be a Republican ever in my life. Them niggas are just pure evil
Mhm.
incarnate. But like
Mhm.
these are the ones that are claiming that they're about progressive truths and like helping people and stopping the carnage and keeping things calm and decorum and all this sort of stuff. It's like, okay, well, what are you guys doing now? Right?
Mhm.
Like, how are you?
What are you
You're the
doing?
one affecting me now.
Yes. What are
You're
you doing
affecting me
now?
now.
Mhm.
You're the
Mhm.
problem.
Mhm.
You are literally
Mhm.
constantly coming after my
Mhm.
home health aid money and constantly
Mhm.
coming off of my
Mhm.
ability to fix my wheelchairs on a
Mhm.
regular
Mhm.
basis. How many times this?
Mm.
You know how many times this year alone? I mean, you've probably been up there too, man. But like how many times this year alone have we had to go petition Kathy Hochul, go petition the state senate and Chuck
Mhm.
Schumer and just be like, hey guys, I don't know why of
Yeah.
all the money pockets that you try to take
Yeah.
from, you're
Yeah.
constantly trying to take it away from home health aides. Constantly. We last year just got them a raise to a minimum wage. We just
Mm,
got it last year, and you're instantly trying to cut that shit off.
mm.
What
Ain't
are
that
you
some shit?
doing? Why am I fighting
Mm,
you? I expect this from
exactly.
Donald Trump. I expect this from
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg, or like one of those other like fucking red Republican states, or whatever the case may be. But from
Mhm.
y'all,
Mhm.
what?
Mhm.
So you can put more money into cops' hands when they barely do anything in the first place. All they
Mhm.
do is
Mhm.
check that you don't jump the gate at the subway station.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
maybe wrestle you down if you're homeless. Like
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
heard a really crazy story not long ago about like
Mhm.
someone literally getting pushed into the train tracks, and the cops saw it, and the other guy ran off, and the cops were so slow, all like some other person pulled him off the train tracks, and he was like, yo, go get that guy. He pushed me off the train tracks. And the cops were like, oh, he's already gone. And I'm
Fucking
like,
useless.
that adds up. That
Mm.
adds the
Mm.
fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I will caveat that with always saying that like anyone who decides to put themselves in the line of fire, I give respect to, right? Like it's not
Mhm.
an easy job
Mhm.
to be
Mhm.
threatened on a regular basis.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
that being said, we can have different services for different things.
Mhm.
We don't need to
Mhm.
have cops show up in every situation that's like a small domestic situation on top of that too. We can have social workers kind of be on a call. We can
Mhm.
have a cop with a
Mhm.
social worker be on a call. We can have a social worker with the cop in the train station if we really want to, just to like de-escalate a situation. But we do not need more guns. We especially don't need guns of war. Like you don't need an AK-47 to be on a New York City. You want to shoot everyone in there? Like it's crazy to me that military professionals who look at the training of our cops go, they're ill equipped, like even just in training.
Mhm.
They're not supposed to
Mhm.
escalate
Mhm.
anything. They're,
Mhm.
your last
Mhm.
form of protection should be your gun. And you definitely don't need a huge one that shoots like 50 people in like a minute, but for you to keep calm and keep safety. A lot of foreign cops carry batons and like and maybe a handgun on the side if things get really crazy. But they'll whack the fuck out of you with that baton first, and that's more than enough
Mhm.
for most people.
Mhm.
Like,
Hello.
like
One good whack. You're good.
whack.
Just one whack.
Oh shit! You get whacked in the head. You're like, oh shit, nigga. Thanks for kicking me out of that shit. I was crazy just now. Let me go do what I need to do. My bad. This shit is crazy, man. It's crazy, man. So long story short, what would I do?
Mhm.
I would overhaul everything. I would overhaul everything to see why we have fun. If
Mhm.
you notice more discrimination in your field or in general, I notice a lot of low key discrimination. Uh,
Mhm.
Stuff that you can't really put on paper. I'm.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's so for someone who's more evidence based and
Mhm.
can recognize that like I'm lacking in experience in some ways in certain things.
Mhm.
I don't think it should be this hard for me to get a job. Um, I so I'm gonna segue kind of hard for a minute, and then I'll come right back to
Mhm.
it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
People don't assume that people think that like we suddenly live in a world where people with disabilities don't feel it like sense any discrimination anymore, and that shit couldn't be more true. I more or less, well, not more true, more of a lie. It couldn't be more of a lie. Um, I ran an experiment once, and this is sort of what I'm kind of
Mhm.
feeling. I wish I can do in the job market to kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. I ran an experiment once on a
Mhm.
dating app. I ran an experiment, just a personal one. It's very anecdotal, but I ran an experiment with me showing my chair versus not showing my chair. I went like a few months without showing my chair, and I went a few months with showing my chair. And
Mhm.
the few months without sharing my chair on a dating app, I didn't change anything really, just took out the part where I was like spinal cord injury wheelchair, and then just kept it
Mhm.
like my face and a few other things, just to like see,
Mhm.
like, is it me? Am I not like a good looking dude? Am I not like a good dude? Or is it like some form of
Mhm.
disability? Bro, I must have gotten like 2, 3 hits a day without my chair. A day. Yeah. and
Wow.
like and I never let it carry on too far, because you don't want
Mhm.
people to feel like, like, oh, you're pulling
Yeah.
the wool over my eyes, or whatever the case maybe. I would just kind of shut it down. And then I switched back to having my chair in it, and
Mm.
watch those hits go down to maybe like 2, 3 hits a week, maybe,
Mm. Mm.
maybe.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, well, all right. At least in
Mm.
my own personal
Mm.
observations, my
Mhm.
chair, no matter what, like I put on my profile, has like limited my dating options, at least on the dating apps.
Mhm.
And so now bringing it back to work, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I've interviewed for at least 6 or 7 companies that have reached out to me,
Mm.
and I didn't disclose that I had a chair because,
Mm.
one, it shouldn't matter for my job type. I'm a mechanical engineer. I can do the designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even if someone needs me to be on site, I can literally send someone with a phone and record whatever
Mhm.
needs to be recorded,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
talk to whoever I need to, right? Like, it is what it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
I've done it before. I've explained this multiple times,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I seem to always get to the interview. I seem to always get a
Mhm.
great interview. And then
Mhm.
once the interview is gone, I don't hear from anyone again, because it's almost like they look at the chair and they're like, you can't
Mm.
see me doing on site work. And
Mm.
I'm like, but I've proven to you I can do on site work.
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
proven to you I can do on site work. But I don't
Mm.
get that call back. Do you get what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
have I noticed more like direct discrimination? No, but I've noticed a lot of indirect discrimination. I've
Mhm.
noticed a lot
Mhm.
of places being opened up that don't have ramps and don't have a way for you to get in lately,
Mhm.
despite what
Mhm.
they're saying that the attorney general is here supposedly saying about, like, have mm, well, nobody's following it.
Mhm.
People aren't following it. I mean,
Nope.
there's some people who are instantly kind, and we bless them, we thank
Yeah.
them and bless
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
and they think about it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
I notice that there's a lot more places that don't have to think about it when they open up.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
There's
Mhm.
a few bars near here, and our friend Josh would be able to tell you.
Yeah.
um, they now have accessible options, right? Because they
Mhm.
had like a little portable ramp or something to
Mhm.
put out there, but they
Mhm.
didn't on inception,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's a problem for me,
Mhm.
because you're supposed to think about that on inception.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. Yep.
even those little ramps that you guys have, they're not that stable. They're not
Mhm.
that great. They could
Mhm.
fall apart at any time. Or
Mhm.
you can have someone who's not able to lift this like basically 25-pound
Mhm.
thing to set it right for you.
Mhm.
So why
Mhm.
not just have
Mhm.
it in your thought
There.
process of when the
Yeah.
store is opening? You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Mhm.
that's what the system is saying that we're supposed to do. And but
Mhm.
there's no like inspector, or there's,
Nope.
well, correction, there is an inspector, but the
Mm.
inspector is so limited in scope and what they can
Mhm.
do and what they should
Mhm.
do, that
Mhm.
like it would
Mhm.
take like half a year for them to get around
Mhm.
to most of the stores in the city, and
Mhm.
then it takes another
Mhm.
year and change for most of these places to
Mhm.
get sued into essentially being able to make the modifications that they need to make.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there's not enough money in having people make sure that their stores are accessible. There's not enough money in the inspectors, the city agencies that are supposed to be going around and ticketing these places and auditing these
Yep.
places essentially
Yep.
to
Yep.
making things more accessible in general.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and I don't think that's done by accident. My own little
Mhm.
conspiracy theory. I don't think they
Nope.
care. I don't
Nope.
think there's enough. I think there's enough advocates on the ground. I don't think there's enough advocates in the Senate. I don't think there's enough advocates in
Mhm.
Congress to care. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
just don't.
Mhm. Mhm.
They don't think disability is their problem. What is something you're looking forward to? Well, honestly, there's something that you and I are doing on the side that I'm very much looking forward to. um,
Yes.
this every fourth Monday, art gathering for our folks with disabilities. I'm actually very much looking forward to that. Everything we
Yes.
have planned there in terms of like getting folks with disabilities in there and making a tech portion of that, and try to see if we can get some of the able-bodied folks in there too sometimes. Uh, I'm actually very, very excited. And I'm very, very excited about. I'm looking forward to
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Some other things I'm excited about. I've been learning a lot more Python and Revit and things like that. So
Mhm. Mhm.
um, that's been really great. I've been building out this portfolio of mine, which is really, really great. Uh, I'm looking to come into a little bit more money in September, so that's really nice.
Mhm.
So I won't be like
Mhm.
super broke anymore.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to actually in that
Mhm.
aspect.
Mhm.
Um, I guess in terms of like city government wise, I am actually very excited about what they're doing with those exoskeletons. I think
Mhm. Mhm.
there's a few different places now that have been really popping up and doing their darndest, and now it's like
Mhm.
Wandercraft. I don't know if you know about them.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're really
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
I I do worry about how far they're going to be able to last into the future, but
Mhm.
I really do like the concept of what they're doing in the sense of like, hey, come get evaluated, come like
Mhm.
see if you're physically able, and if you can,
Mhm.
like, come walk in
Mhm.
this exoskeleton. We'll try to
Mhm.
charge your insurance for it and make it happen. And I
Mhm.
love that, you know.
I love that too. Dang
The
right.
Access
All right.
Project, the gym with for people with disabilities, I really love
Mhm.
them too.
Mhm.
Shout out
Mhm.
to them. Support them if you can, guys. Like
Mhm.
it's a
Mhm.
real. We really need to show them love as much as possible.
Mhm.
But the
Mhm.
fact that I can go in somewhere and essentially go get my workout
Mhm.
in, for my insurance gets charged
Mhm.
for it, and I get to like get stronger, get more mobile. I love that, man. I love that in
Mhm.
general.
Mhm.
Um, I love
Mhm.
the Abilities Project is doing, and what Open Style Labs is
Mhm.
doing right now,
Mhm.
in terms of
Mhm.
incorporating people with disabilities into the design
Mhm.
of everyday
Mhm.
things, from like
Mhm.
shoes to purses
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
fashionable items, and they're trying to expand it to the UK, and apparently that's been doing pretty decently. Um,
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
I actually went to
Cool.
one of
Cool.
their
Cool.
shows on Saturday, which I found out one of my engineers
Mhm.
is like one of their engineers. Yo,
Nice.
David was on like
Love
4 teams,
that.
bro.
I love that so
David being
much. That's
classic David
awesome.
was on like 4 or 5 teams. I'm
David!
like,
Yes! Yes!
I love it. I like,
I love
like
that.
things
I
like
love that.
that. Things like
Yes.
that. Honestly, things like that are things that keep me going because
Mhm.
you really
Mhm.
never know who's
Mhm.
gonna like really take on the lesson that you kind of impart.
Mhm.
And when they do,
Word.
man, it is such a beautiful
Word.
thing to see. It is
Word. 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 Word.
it's tear jerking, truly. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Google, turn on the living room
Absolutely.
lights. One of my favorite things to think about is I live in a
The
futuristic
lights.
home, baby.
The lights.
Mechanical engineer life, yo.
Then walk into
Can I
the
tell you a
light.
story about my brother?
Yes.
I'll be like, so this one always gets me because
Mhm,
you never really know like the impact you have on someone's life until like something happens. So my brother needed some like high school credits for
mhm,
volunteering, right?
mhm,
And
mhm,
with the Access Project, they used to have a location in Brooklyn, and they
mhm,
used to take my photo for everything, right? Like
mhm,
I literally, you ever like walk into a place? Like one time, me and Eli went into the Brooklyn space and we turned left
mhm,
and we saw a giant mural of us on the wall. And I was like, is this my
mhm.
shrine? What the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
Same. I've seen me too, and I'm like, what? Oh.
Whoa! Hey, listen. All right. Whatever keeps the lights on, man. Fuck yeah, let's do
Exactly.
it.
Use my image, damn it. That's okay.
so
That's
so
so
we were
funny.
like we were pretty in deep with each other in general, right? Like me and Lawrence Harding, who you met at that barbecue, one of my
Mhm.
favorites humans on the planet, my brother for sure. Um, Lawrence never takes on like teenagers really,
Mhm.
because he's just like I want to deal with adults, and like that's fair, I get it.
Mhm.
But I was like, hey Lawrence, man, will you make an exception to this? Like my brother needs some like credits here and there, like please,
Mhm.
like you know, if you don't mind, he's mad calm,
Mhm.
he's gonna be great,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
use our images and pay us. Also, pay us. Give me
Yes.
money.
Yes.
Accurate. So Lawrence goes
I
like,
can take
yeah,
it.
all right. Like he and my brother starts coming
Mhm.
in, and then before I also don't really know what kind of worker my brother is going to be at that point because he's super young. He was like 13, right?
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
thought I might have to like pat him on the back, smack him on the back of the head a little bit and be like, hey,
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
it right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? My
Mhm.
brother went right to
Mhm.
work. My brother was told to go
Smart.
move equipment here and there.
Mhm.
He would help set up the gym in the morning, help set up the gym at night. Him
Nice.
and
Nice.
like he was like helping
Nice.
Lawrence out with
Nice.
like moving people around and
That's so
strapping them up and stuff
fun.
like that.
That's so
And
fun.
before I knew it, my brother was like borderline best friends with all the disabled folk in the community. Like he started
Nice.
taking his
That's
own
great.
time to go help out
Mhm.
people with getting on bikes in Central Park and like
Mhm.
following them around and helping them train for their races. Like my
Mm.
brother at some
Nice.
point, like he started at 13, and I promise you now, all until his mid
Mhm.
20s, he's
Mhm.
still involved with those guys, helping them get ready for train for their races.
That's what's
Like
up. I love that
I have
so
this one friend,
much.
her name is Penny, and she would always call me her workout partner because we would, we work out on certain days. And I'd be like,
Mhm.
hey, partner, like, hey, partner. She'd be like, I love your brother. I love your brother. He's like my best friend. Tell him that I need to
Oh,
see him sometime soon. And like, they're
that's what's
besties, bro.
up.
Like straight up,
Love that.
like,
Love that. That's
like
so great.
Steven still has friends that he keeps up with in that community. Like
Mm.
a unfortunately a year ago a community member died, and he was just like,
Mhm.
yo, did you hear about this? I was like, it's
Mhm.
crazy that I'm hearing this from you first. But he was like, yo,
Mm.
like this dude changed my life a little bit, and I'm so sad.
Mm.
Like he
Mm.
knows community news, he stays in touch with them, he
Mm.
stays in touch with us in general, and
Mhm.
that's just one of those things where it's like I didn't
Mhm.
really see that coming, you know, because
Mm.
when
Mm.
people are young, like they'll like
Mhm.
come on, do things, you need it for a certain amount of time, and then you're
Mhm.
gone and you do something else.
Mhm.
He stayed.
Mhm.
He stayed, man. He's not
Nice.
only stayed, he's still helping them,
That's what's
and
up.
he'll like
I
come and
love
tell me
that.
like, hey, Penny's having a birthday party, you should come. I'm like, you're getting invites before me.
I love that. That's so
I was like,
awesome.
you know what, man? I love that. I love that
Heck
you.
yes.
I
Yes.
love
Heck
that.
yes.
You're like, I just
Heck
love all of
yes.
that. You're like, whenever I ask him to come help me fix a
Mhm.
wheelchair or something like that, he does it
Mhm.
without
Mhm.
question. If he's in the neighborhood and he
Mm.
can help out somebody with the situation,
That's what's up.
um,
That's
he
what's
helps
up.
out, and it's little things like that, like
Mhm.
when we're on the street together, he'll
Mhm.
literally look for a curb cut to make sure that I can
Mhm.
go down it before I do. He's like, "Don't go that way, go that way." I'm like, "You're paying attention,
Oh,
right,
that's so
kid?
sweet. I love that. I
You
love it
got
so
it."
much. That's so great. I love it. I love that. Oh my
I love
god.
that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he
Yes.
and it's like
Yes.
instinctual. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
it's not like he's trying at anything, he's doing it. And I love experiencing that with people. And like
Mhm.
him and David especially.
Mhm.
David, I feel like I opened the door to his
Mhm.
knowledge of disability and he is plowed right through it. Like,
Mhm.
same with your sister too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can totally with her. Yeah, I
Mhm.
totally see that.
Mhm.
I totally see it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Things like that, like I gave
Mhm.
you an inch, really, truly, and you crowed open the door, kicked it down.
Mhm.
We're like, I'm gonna be everywhere, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I
That's
love
what's up.
that.
I
I
love
love
that
that, man.
too.
I love
Heck
it.
yeah.
It fires me up. You know, it's like
Same.
the good parts of advocacy that I always
Mhm.
try to
Mhm.
remember.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
like for a while I worked with I think I told you this, but I worked with the Brooklyn ILC.
Mhm.
Um
Mhm.
and mixed reviews. Very mixed reviews.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
do love the advocacy work that I ended up doing
Mhm.
through there.
Mhm.
Um, and I do love a lot of the advocates that I ended up meeting there.
Mm.
Although also sometimes mixed reviews. But like I got real close with the Yesenia through
Mhm.
there. Uh,
Mhm.
George Gallego, who is one of my
Mhm.
favorite people in the world,
Mhm.
he basically got me knee deep in the advocacy world to start.
Mhm. Mhm.
And essentially, at some point or another, I was going to different nursing homes and just like, you
Mhm.
watch these people who are just so smart sit in like the worst fucking conditions that are
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
unnecessary and so
Mhm. Mhm.
like a trap, like a
Mhm.
fucking trap. It's really just a
Mhm.
trap. They don't
I'm
get
gonna
to
tell you
touch
all
their
about
own
my
money. The
nursing home
nursing home takes all their
stuff.
fucking money.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then they eventually
Mhm.
want to move out,
Mhm.
but the nursing home will also then tell you, "Oh, but you don't
Mhm.
have the income and the resources needed for you to move out." And
Mhm.
it's like, so what the fuck
Mhm.
are you saying? Like you're literally taking their money, and you're also saying that they don't have enough resources to go out. So how do we get out of this situation? We don't know. What do you
Mhm.
mean you don't know?
Mhm.
You don't have social workers, and you go and you talk to those social workers, and they have completely drank the for the most part. There are some good ones. I will caveat that, but they have
Mhm.
drank that Kool Aid. They
Yes.
fully doused themselves in the
Yes.
juice.
Yes. Yes,
I'll be
they
talking about
have.
my
Yes.
nursing home experiences too because it was a dumpster fire every time. Oh man, I remember your story on that, and
Mhm. Mhm.
that's a
Mhm.
fucking horror story, man. That's a
Mhm.
fucking horror story.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
they're all horror stories, honestly. Like I
Yes.
remember
Yeah.
one of my favorites people that came out of a nursing home was like this dude named Felix.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Felix was this young Puerto Rican guy, but he was just like recently injured. He's a quadriplegic, but with some quadriplegics, with some understanding of how spinal cord injury works, right? Like
Mhm.
for the audience who
Mhm.
may not understand, you can
Mhm.
have you can be hurt, and that doesn't necessarily mean that your spine is cut, which means that
Mhm.
like some of your abilities are there. So like
mm,
some for some example, like some quads can only use like one leg to walk, can use one leg to walk, but still don't have
mm,
like ability to grasp it with their hands.
mm,
It's
mm,
like really kind of pinging on a circuit, so only part of the
mhm,
current comes through,
mm,
and you can
mm,
only receive some of the signals back from the rest
mm,
of your body,
mhm,
more or less.
mhm,
Like most
mm,
quads are like a little less able than me,
mhm,
in a sense
mhm,
like they'll, I'm kind of flailing my arms everywhere, but that's not really typical for someone at like a higher
mhm,
level than me,
mhm,
or
mhm,
even really maybe like one vertebrae up, right?
mm, mhm,
So like I'm C5, C6. If someone's like C5, they're not doing half the things that I'm doing. But
mm,
like
mm,
I'm like more damaged than like fully cut, so I'm like
mm. You're so bad. You are terrible. Can't take you nowhere.
So over the years, I had helped a few people kind of get around their social workers. No,
Mhm,
you can't. You can't take me nowhere. uh,
mhm,
because at some points you got to really curse out social workers too.
mhm,
Because
mhm,
I would go in
mhm,
there and be like, actually, I do know how they can get the money that they need to get out. There are these transition waivers, nursing home transition diversion waivers. And if you had bothered to look at
mhm,
any of them, because your clients are all in
mhm,
nursing homes, you should know about this more than anyone else. I shouldn't be coming in here and telling you this. You should be knowing how to transition your people
mhm,
into the community proper,
mhm,
right? Like,
mhm,
and
mhm,
not everyone's proper
mhm.
for transition. I will always say that shit,
No,
right?
yeah,
Some people are
of
better off
course,
in the
yeah,
nursing home, whatever.
yeah.
But like,
No one's gonna,
you need to be
yeah.
looking into how to get them the proper
Mhm,
equipment that they need, how to
mhm,
get them to
mhm,
at least have some form of income in their house, how to get them
mhm.
some form of like community
Support.
going,
Yeah, yeah,
like so that they can sit with
yeah,
someone and talk to them
yeah,
on a regular basis. And if
yeah.
it's appropriate, and honestly, my whole thought process is that if you're in your right state of mind and you can think and
Mhm,
you can tell people what to do, you don't need to be in a nursing
mhm.
home. I don't care.
Hello.
I don't care. I don't care what your physical disability is. As long as
Yes.
you're cognitively able to fucking command people and tell people what to do, you can get out of the fucking nursing home. That's always my thought
Hello,
process.
hello,
And
hello.
that's
Oh
always
my
going
God,
to be my
hello.
thought process.
Yes,
So
I
like
agree.
I
I
would literally go
agree.
up to
I
social
agree.
workers. They hated me. They fucking hated me because as kind as I am, I'm also really direct. I'm an Aries at the end of the day. So I will
Mhm.
kindly knock on your door like 15 times. Hi. Hi, I need to talk to you. Hi. And you open the door like, hey, I'm gonna say, oh well, I'll wait. I'll sit here, I'll
That's
wait for
so
you.
funny.
Oh,
That's so
it's gonna be
funny.
an hour. I have an hour. I'll be here. I'm gonna chill on my phone. We're gonna have a conversation before you leave today. Great,
There you
great,
go.
great,
Hello,
great.
hello. That's
Explain to
hilarious.
me why you're telling this man he can't get out of this nursing home.
Mm,
Explain.
mm, mm,
Oh, do you know about this waiver program?
mhm,
Oh, you do,
mhm,
but you don't think he qualifies? Well, let's run over the eligibility real quick, right?
mhm,
Because he
mhm,
is under a certain
mhm,
income, he is
mhm,
cognitively able, he has two
mhm,
people willing to sign up to be his aides because I made sure that he had two
mhm.
people willing to sign up to be his fucking aides. So
Yep,
what's the problem now? You tell me what
yep.
the issue is because I see no problems and I'm going to get this man out
Yeah.
of the nursing home. Or you can have a lawsuit. I won't pose a lawsuit.
Yes,
But I know some
yes.
centers who might. you know?
Oh, that's
And I will
hilarious.
sign that dotted line as a witness because I've been here every week. I
Mhm,
know what he's doing. I got him
mhm,
his wheelchair when you didn't get him the
mhm,
wheelchair that he needed.
mhm,
I've gotten people
mhm.
wheelchairs when I couldn't get a wheelchair for myself. That shit is crazy, bro. She's
Yes. Holy
crazy.
crap. Yes.
And I'll
Yes,
just be
yes,
like,
yes.
I will say this. I will say this. There is part of it that's ignorance because I also
Mhm.
don't think that they're taught in social working schools a lot of times about this stuff.
No, at
And
all.
what
Mhm.
I ran into a little bit more than just pure meanness is just absolute ignorance of what's going on.
Mhm.
Complete
Mhm.
ignorance of
Mhm.
everything going on.
Mhm.
And,
Mhm.
you know, some people were just fucking mean, right? Like some of them were just like, we're gonna keep you here, and like we don't believe. Oh, well, and some people don't like being wrong. That's really the word, the hugest thing. They don't like being wrong, and the more you
Mhm.
prove them wrong, the more they start to fight back against you and want to
Mhm.
keep you in a shitty situation so they can be right.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and I
Mhm.
ran into that a lot. I ran into that a fucking lot, especially with Felix, because I
Mhm.
remember going to him and specifically going, "Hey man, why don't you have a power chair in here?" And being
Mm.
told from his social worker that he can't be evaluated outside of the nursing home to go get a wheelchair. I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking to right now? What do
Mm.
you mean?" That's like telling someone that they can't get a second opinion somewhere. That's
Mm.
insane. And the doctor that you have there, he's not specially equipped for spinal cord injury. He's not. So we're gonna go get an outside eval. And if you want to try to
Mhm.
punish him for this, then we can take this up the chain, my friend. We can really
Hello.
go the distance with it. Because I'm gonna
Mhm.
get this man, this he's like a fucking 19-year-old. And they had him peeing his pants and staying in bed. They kept him on
Woo.
a diaper for a week. I have never
Mm.
been so fucking livid in my life. They kept him in a diaper for a fucking full week on end,
Mm.
and he had nobody to
Mm.
help him. And this is one of those
Mm.
moments where I give Eli credit, especially because like Eli will kind of like do things that wake me out of my slumber.
Mhm.
It's kind of, and it'll be like, listen, man, there's something that I can't do directly, but I know if I
Mhm.
introduce you to this guy, like you'll
Mhm.
do it. And I'm like,
Mhm.
and there are moments where I'll be like, yo, but Eli, I got mad work to do, blah, blah, blah. He's like, listen, come do this shit. And I
Mhm.
go in there
Mhm.
and I see this dude is like peed up his pants. And he's like 19 years old. He's still trying to figure out how to get girls. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
spent a solid amount of our conversation just like with him just being like, and but this is a real combo, right? Like, am I gonna be able to get a partner again? Am I
Mhm.
gonna be able to
Mhm.
do anything again? Am I gonna be able to
Hello.
live my life again? And he's got nobody going in there. At one point, it was
Mm.
just Eli. Eli was like, "There are things that I can't actually do because working for the mayor's office, but I know
Yeah.
Stefan will and can. So let me
Mhm.
bring this nigga
Mhm.
in."
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
he's right. God
Mhm.
damn, that motherfucker. He be knowing me sometimes. But he was right. I got in there and I was like, you know what, man, I can't leave you like this because this is crazy.
Mhm.
You're in a peed
Mhm.
up diaper getting bed sores. Your
Mm.
nurses know. Your nurses know that they're doing this and they're not cathing you
Wow.
properly. And because they're choosing
Wow.
not to cath you properly, you are getting peed up and getting bed sores.
Mm.
You don't have no family coming in to help you. It's just me and Eli.
Mm.
And at some
Mm.
point, I really had to be like, yo, what are all of you doing? Tell them they need to be cathing you on
Mm.
a regular basis. You need to be, even if you can't change yourself, you need to be changed on a daily. Like, and,
Mhm.
and just in general, like, a lot of this work ends up also kind of being like, hey, man, listen,
Mhm.
everything they told you about like the system is going to take care of you and everything's going to be all right. That's garbage. Don't
That's
believe
true.
any of that. I need you to be the
Mhm.
angriest version of yourself, the most consistent version of yourself you've ever
Mhm.
been in your life. There needs to not
Mhm.
be a day where the social worker does not hear your fucking
Mhm.
voice. There needs to not be a
Mhm.
day where a nurse doesn't know
Mhm.
that it's not okay for her
Mhm.
to not be doing what the fuck you're doing.
Mhm.
And there's not a day where
Mhm.
you're not sending a complaint every day. That shit is not going to fly
Mhm.
anymore. I
Mhm.
can collect that shit pisses you off so much. Yes, man, and collecting a check and fucking collecting a check.
Mhm.
They're collecting a check
Mhm.
while they're
Mhm.
watching you go down and be
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
less than human,
Mhm.
honestly. Like
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
just less than human, man.
Mhm.
And if you weren't in their face, you'd be dead.
Mhm.
That's real.
Mhm.
That's so real. And I had to
Mhm.
get him to a place where I was like,
Mhm.
yo, I know this is like
Mhm.
not in your nature. I know you're mad calm.
Mhm.
I know you're a chill human being and that's what you're trying to be. But
Mhm.
you've got to turn that around now. You've got to
You'll
flip
be
that
dead.
fully.
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
understand that the only way
Mhm.
you're getting out of this situation
Mhm.
is if
Mhm.
you are completely on top of
Mhm.
them in a way that you are
Mhm.
so annoying that they want
Mhm.
you out.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
That's where
Mhm.
you have to be. And to his
Mhm.
credit, it took a little while, but he got so annoying that he wanted them out, that they wanted him out.
Me
And he got
too.
so annoying.
Me too. I did
And that's why we're friends. I like that energy.
Yep. I bring
You know,
it. That's it.
I started getting mad community members, came to like go to the Access Project, get mad community members come do some shit with him.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
started cooking him up with the Sinai Life Group. So he was like going
Mhm.
on like paragliding and all types of shit.
Mhm.
Um, Essentially, at some point, I got him evaluated to go get a new wheelchair, two wheelchairs, got
Mm.
him two
Mm.
wheelchairs. Well, he got
Nice.
himself two wheelchairs, which is part of the advocacy, right? Like, you got to get them to do it for
Nice.
themselves.
Nice.
And
Nice. I
he
love
destroyed
that.
that shit. You know what I mean?
I
We
love
were,
that.
like he killed it. And this is the part of advocacy stuff that I love. Like if I
Mhm.
got paid fully to do that all the time,
Mhm. Mhm.
it would be my day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
unfortunately, we haven't set that up
Mhm.
yet. Although that might be something I think about. Anyway, that's a whole thought process.
Oh, that's
But he
funny.
was great, and now he made the choice to not do the transition into community, but made
Mm.
the choice to transition into another place in Pennsylvania,
Mm.
where they
Mm.
have like a
Okay.
huge rehab center, and
Nice. Nice.
he's
Okay.
now walking basically. He
Wow.
walks for a certain
Okay.
amount of time, and he got a car not too long ago. He's killing it, man, and it's one of my proudest like moments as an advocate, honestly, to be able to help him get out and do those things. And that's kind of like the fire, man. That's kind of what keeps me going. Like being able to keep doing those things.
Mhm. Mhm.
I really
Mhm.
wish I kind of want to make my life about that. Like what if
Mhm.
I just gave you this tool that you needed to change your entire
Mhm.
way? Like change your whole life. And if
Mhm.
we could get that done and get you out into community, man, I mean,
Yep.
fuck it.
Damn right.
One more
Damn right.
wheelchair person in the eyes of everyone else, or
Damn
disabled
right.
person in the eyes of someone else. You know,
Damn right. Mhm.
I guess like kind of like my overall grand scheme is like to have as many like disabled people out in the community as possible, so that like
Mhm.
like I truly do believe that people are mostly kind, just a lot more ignorant than
Mhm.
most other
Mhm.
situations, right? Like there are a
Mhm.
lot of times where I go to bars and like I like kind of like wave outside, and then a bartender will come out and be like, "What the fuck, man? We have no way to get you in here." And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, that's a problem."
Yeah.
And a few times, a bartender's like, "Yo, I let those managers know, and we got a rant because we needed you to get in here, man.
Mm.
That's not fucking cool that you
Mm.
couldn't get in there." You know,
That's
without me
funny.
having to like litigate or anything, them just being like, man, I didn't even think about that shit. I didn't even
Mhm.
think about that shit
Mhm.
before I met you, and now you're so cool, man. I need you in here. And I fuck with that.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
fuck with that more than
Mhm.
most other things. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want to believe in my day to day that it's mostly ignorance, not
Mhm.
just assholes all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
Although there are a lot of fucking
Mhm.
assholes. There are a lot of assholes. There are a lot of people like, why do you
Yeah.
want to be in here anyway? Like, bitch, I don't want to. I don't want to fucking drink and hang out like everyone else, fuck you. You know? Oh, I'm
Hello.
not a human
Hello.
being.
You
Fuck
know?
you. You know?
Word.
And
Word.
that's a big
Word.
part of my whole ethos, man. Like I want to get more people out there. I want to make sure people are
Mhm.
living. I don't think it's
Mhm.
fair. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we're slowly building our disabled army. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there anything else you want people to know about me? Um, I made this nonprofit called LTC Foundation Corps. Look out for it. It's the vehicle that I'm going to be working with E-Man through
Mhm.
to help give arts to people with disabilities. Um, so, and also make tools for people with disabilities. And
Mhm. Links in the show notes,
yeah,
y'all.
I'm excited.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Babs.
Absolutely.
Link in the show notes. All right, great.
Yeah. This has been
Anything
so
else?
fun.
What's up, lovely?
I was just saying this
I
has
can't
been
hear
so
you. I'm
great.
sorry. Oh, you're talking.
Yeah, so this has been super
Okay.
awesome. So sorry that we couldn't actually talk, but we were talking through the chat. Thank you so much for watching and for enjoying our shenanigans with each other. This has been lots and lots and lots of fun. If you want to reach out to Stefan, you can go to levelthecurve.org. The link's in the show notes. He's also on LinkedIn. He's on Instagram. He's super awesome. You'll see him at some events that I'm at. I'll see you at some of the events that he's at. If you want to join our art group, we are going to be together every fourth Monday of the month at El Barrio Art Space on 99th Street between 2nd and 3rd. We'll be there from 12 to 4. Um, Come out with us. We're happy to have you. And stay tuned for the next episode because this has been so much freaking fun. So, y'all have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing night, and I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.